Yes, you are absolutely audible.
Thank you very much, sister. So today we are reading the Murli as of 12th December 1978. The heading of the Murli is How to be one who uplifts others. Today, seeing the spiritual flower garden, that is, seeing the gathering of the children who are constantly roses, Bap Dada is seeing the specialities of each of those children. There are three varieties of specialities. One is of those who are constantly stable in their stage of spirituality. That is, they are in constant bloom. The second variety is of those who, according to their stage of spirituality, are not in constant bloom, but because of being embodiments of faith, their beauty is very good. The third variety is of those who, on the basis of their love for and their relationship with the Father, are in half bloom and are filled with the fragrance of love and relationship. Seeing the flower garden of the three varieties of roses, Bap Dada constantly takes its fragrance. Now look at your own self, who I am. Out of these three types, where do I belong to? That's what Baba is asking. Check for yourself. Whatever is still missing in becoming number one, fill that gap and become full, because the children of the perfect Father also have to be full and perfect, the same as the Father. So likewise in Lokik world as well, children are try to become like their father. Just like that, Baba says, children of the perfect Father also have to be full and perfect, the same as the Father. Each child's aim is to become full and perfect. And so, fill yourself with all qualifications for that aim and become complete. You have already been told about the special dharma to have for this, to be constantly brahmachari, not only brahmachari, but constantly brahmachari. That is, one who is constantly celibate and who also constantly uplifts others. So it's not just to become celibate or become perfect on your own, but like Baba always says, you are the world benefactors. So you need to uplift, you need to help others as well to grow or to become like Father. The definition of being one who uplifts others is easy and also very deep. So we have about 10 points of definitions, or we can say the way how we should be able to uplift others, or what are the signs of those souls who are uplifting others. So we'll see all of them one by one. First one who uplifts others constantly sees other souls as embodiments of virtues, the same as the Father. So the first sign, they always see the virtues of other souls as well. Second, when seeing the weaknesses of or defects of anyone, one who uplifts others will see that defect with good wishes and feeling of cooperation and will donate power to make that soul virtuous. So even if anyone have any weaknesses, the soul who uplift others always as a see always see to that defect and give good wishes and cooperation to help them to become virtuous soon. Third point, one who uplifts others means to be one who constantly donates his own treasures to all souls and to be a bestower, the same as the Father. So not only being able to give them good wishes, but Baba says always or also need to give or to donate their treasures of their own values to others as well. Next point, one who uplifts others will constantly experience the self to be full of all treasures and an emperor of Begumpur, the land that is without sorrow. Begumpur means the place where there is no sorrow. Let there not be any sanskar of sorrow experienced even in your thought. So Baba says, who is already full with their treasures, only they can share or only they can give the support to other souls with their qualities or with their treasures because they are full, and when they are full they will become the emperor of Begumpur ke Badshah. So they will never feel any sorrow, not even in their thoughts. Like Baba always says, don't give sorrow, but also don't take it as well. Even if someone does something, don't take sorrow from their actions or don't create that pain inside your mind. So don't even experience that sorrow into thoughts as well. Next point, those who uplifts others means to be those who constantly continue to donate, especially through their minds, that is, with the power of thought, with the power of words, with the color of their company, with the love of their relationship, and with the infinite treasure of happiness. So Baba says those who are continuously donating, and from which sources we need to donate, with the power of thought through their minds, pure and positive thoughts, good wishes, with the power of words, encouraging words to them so that they will be able to work on their flaws or work on their troubles, with the color of their company. Sometimes Baba says your company also makes people happy. So you need to create that aura around your own self that your only presence will help others. Or like Baba says, your eyes will only help them to forget their sorrow. So your presence with the love of their relationship and with the infinite treasure of happiness. Any soul who come into connection with them should go back having become filled with the treasure of happiness. So any kind of soul who comes with sorrow should feel that happiness, should experience that happiness, and before they go back to their life. There will be such constant donors. All such souls will be constant donors. They are not those who donate specifically through their time and connection. That is, they will not be donors for only certain souls, but will be constantly great donors for all. So there shouldn't be any favoritism or partiality kind of thing that for some specific soul I'll be donor or I'll be giving my happiness. all the time, and for other souls I am not available or not present. So there will be constant donors. Like Baba says, you are the world benefactor. You are not only for your center, for your region, or for your home, your surrounding, but the entire world. You are the world benefactor. So there will be constant donors for all of them, all the souls, because those who uplift others are constantly full. They would not have the desire to give to others only after receiving something from them. So it shouldn't be with any expectation that after doing this, I should receive something from those to whom I am helping in any form, return in any form. Shouldn't be expecting such kind of returns. They would never even have the thought that they will do something when that one does it. I will change when the other one changes. That one should change a little and then I will change a little. That soul should transform himself in one thing and then I will transform myself in 10 things. So it's not a business. If they do, then I will do. They are benefactors. So irrespective of any situation or irrespective of whoever in front of them, they need to donate their treasure of happiness and their virtues. That soul should transform himself in one thing, and I will then transform myself in 10 things. Those who have such feelings cannot be those who uplift others. Instead of being great donors, they become businessmen who constantly make deals. When that one gives this much, I will give this much. Am I the only, am I the one who constantly has to bow down? Do I constantly have to give? For how long? Until when? I have to continue to do this. So these kind of thought process these souls have, and if the souls have this kind of thought process, they can never be called as donors, constantly donors, or the world benefactors. Do I constantly have to give? For how long? Until when will I have to continue to do this? These cannot be the thoughts of those who give. When many other souls are influenced by their weaknesses and are under some external control, influenced by their sanskars and nature or by the facilities of matter, then at that time, souls who are influenced in this way, that is, souls who are at that time beggar souls. Beggar means those who are powerless, so who are influenced by outside forces or outside control. They are the beggar at that moment when they ask for something from someone. Baba says they are the beggar. Beggar means those who are powerless. They are empty of any treasures of powers. A great donor cannot have, next point. A great donor cannot have any desire to receive even one new paisa from a beggar. So the donors never expect anything from beggars. They just, even in Lokik, in normal, while for Lokik instance, or for those who actually donate money or food or anything that is materialistic, they never expect anything from the beggar because they already know they do not have. That is why we are giving them. So in the same way, Baba says the great donor cannot have any desire to receive even one new paisa from a beggar. If this one changes, if this one does this, if this one gives cooperation or takes a step forward, how can one have such thoughts or expect cooperation from such souls who are influenced, powerless, and beggar souls? So, Baba gave the example of material donors, but in same way, Baba says they cannot expect from beggars anything subtle. That is, if they will change, then I will change. If they will give cooperation, then I will give. So we cannot expect things from beggars. They already don't have. That is why they are asking. So how can one have such thoughts or expect cooperation from such souls who are influenced, who are powerless and beggar souls? First to take something and then to give, that is not being one who uplift others. Like Baba says earlier, it's a deal. It's not the quality of the givers or the uplifters, but it's a business deal. 7 point. One who uplifts others means to be one who makes beggar souls prosperous. One who has mercy on those who defames others. One who embraces even those who insult him. Those who, with their pure feelings for uplifting others, with their love, power, sweet words, and cooperation of zeal and enthusiasm, make disheartened souls powerful. That is, they make beggar souls into emperors. So those who uplifts, who gives, Baba says, they even embrace to those who insults them. Like Baba says in Hindi, upkari par bhi upkar karna. Who defames you, who insults you, even embrace them, give them pure feelings and love and sweet words, and make them powerful, and make them emperors from their beggar stage. That is the quality of the one who uplifts other souls. 8th point, because those who uplift others are trikaldarshi. They keep the perfect cooperation of souls in front of them, while discerning the weaknesses of all souls. They do not imbibe those weaknesses in themselves. They do not speak about them, but with their benevolent forms, they finish any thorn of weakness in those souls. So, who are the uplifters? Who are the givers? The donors? Baba says they are Trikaldarshi, and they keep the perfect cooperation. They do not speak about the weaknesses of the beggar souls, but their benevolent but with their benevolent forms, they only finish any thorns or any weaknesses in those souls. They replace thorns by making thorns into flowers. Those who uplift others in this way would be constantly content, like jewels of contentment, and would also make everyone else contented. So they are always filled with all the treasures, so they are able to give unconditionally, constantly, and they can help others to become contented with their treasures, with their happiness. The wonder is that they would create hope in those who have become hopeless. 9th point, for those with whom everyone else is disheartened, they would ignite lamps of hope. Who has become hopeless, who don't have any positive thought to resolve their problems or to come out of their problematic situations, Baba says the uplifting souls will help them or will create hope into such kind of souls. They would ignite the lamps of hope for those people who are in such state. Since your non-living images are even now still fulfilling the temporary desires of many souls, then in the living form, if any cooperative brother or sister from the family, through their misunderstanding or childish stubbornness, considers something temporary to be a permanent attainment, or has a desire for temporary name, respect, and honor, or some temporary attainment, then to give respect to others and for the self, to become humble is to uplift others. It's a quite huge sentence. I'm actually going again on top on the start of ninth point, and I'll read this sentence again because it's a big one. So many commas there. For those with whom everyone else is disheartened, they would ignite lamps of hopes for those people who are in such a state. Since your non-living images, like your statues into the temples, are even now, still fulfilling the temporary desires of many souls. The devotees who are going to temples, they're getting that hope even from your non-living statues. Then, in the living form, if any cooperative brother or sister from the family, through their misunderstandings or childish stubbornness, considers something temporary to be a permanent attainment. So Baba is giving example in the family. If someone is being stubborn and want temporary honor or temporary respect, then Baba says to be a permanent attainment, because they consider it as a permanent attainment, or has a desire for temporary name, fame, respect, and honor, or some temporary attainment, then to give respect to others and for the self to become humble is to uplift others. So, in that case, you need to give respect to them and become humble is the quality of uplifting souls. So, they don't feel like they are expecting for they're expecting for the non-permanent thing, so why should we give respect? But no, in such case, because they are in a stubborn form, they are not understanding the actual meaning of this sentence. In BK, Baba specifically saying this for BKs, not for the outsiders. So to such brothers and sisters, giving respect at that moment is the way to uplift them. That is what Baba is saying. To give in this way is to receive for all time. For example, an ignorant child will consider something that may cause harm to be a toy, and so you have to give him something else in order for him to let go of that. If some dangerous thing is there in hands of child, and because he don't know whether it is dangerous or not, and they're playing with that particular thing as a toy, then to drift his mind from that particular thing, we need to give them something else so they can leave it and get attached, not attached, get entangled with something new. In the same way, to remove their stubbornness, we need to give them that respect at that moment, to uplift their soul, to let them understand what they are looking for, and that is not permanent. So they will understand on their own. That's how Baba wants us to see this situation. Through stubbornness, there would be harm for all time. At that time, souls who do not understand would consider some temporary attainment, that is, something that causes harm all the time, to be something that would benefit them. So instead of not giving respect at that moment and creating harm forever for such souls, because in this case, such souls might stop trusting Baba. Sometimes we know, we all we all know how things happens in seva. If we don't give respect or name for that particular time to such souls, they might stop continuing with Murli as well. Sometimes people just leave Baba because of such small reasons, but that would be their lifelong harm if we don't give that respect in that moment. So giving that respect and becoming humble That is, Baba says, is for them is a good thing, because then they will continue to become with Baba. They will never think of leaving Baba for just that small reason. That's what Baba says. Okay. By your forcing such souls to move away from such things, or by your pulling them away from those things, their effort making life would finish. Like I just said, that if we don't give respect in that moment, they might stop coming to center. They might stop reading Murli. They might leave Baba, because they are not understanding what they're expecting at that moment. So we better give them and let them continue in their this Purusharthi life. Therefore, give them something first, and then free them for all times by your being tactful in this way. A beggar soul would want temporary attainment and has no understanding will automatically be able to understand and become sensible. That soul will understand by himself that that is a temporary facility. Become those who uplift even such souls who have no understanding. So Baba wants us to become such souls who uplift such kind of BK souls as well, that they don't have understanding temporarily in particular situations. Those who uplift others in this way automatically become those who uplift themselves as well. Because we are not doing it for them. When we do this for them, first we improve ourselves inside, and only then we are able to give such powers to others. So it's first beneficial to my own self. To give to others means to automatically receive something yourself. A great donor automatically receives A great donor automatically receives all rights. Do you understand the definition of being one who uplifts others? One, only those who uplift others in this way claim a right to receive blessings from the hearts of all souls. Claims the right to receive blessings from the hearts of all souls. Souls who uplift others in this way are constantly showered with flowers of praise by all souls.
Om Shanti Yogita Ben, we are unable to hear you.
Hello.
Yeah, now we can hear you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. There was some problem with network just for a second. I think what was the last? Have I completed Acha when you heard me last?
No.
Okay, so can someone just tell me what was the last sentence so I can? Okay,
The
so
last sentence was souls who uplift others in this way are constantly showered with flowers of praise by all souls.
okay. Thank you very much. By all souls. One second. All right, got it. Okay. Only those who uplift others in this way claim a right to receive blessings from the hearts of all the souls. Souls who uplift others in this way are constantly showered with flowers of praise by all souls. Do you understand? Acha. So this is the end of the Murli, I mean the first part. And now, to those who constantly uplift others, the same as the Father, to those who constantly have good wishes and elevated feelings for the self and others, to those who are masters of infinite treasures, to the constant donors, to those who make disheartened ones powerful, the hopeless souls who makes them hopeful, to those who make beggars into emperors for all time, to such elevated souls, Bap Dada's love, remembrance, and namaste. So today we'll stop here. Bap Dada meeting Dadis will continue with this point tomorrow. Now we'll have a pause for 1 minute, recall, and then we'll start sharing on, or if anyone have any queries, we can churn on any particular point. We'll start that. Thank you. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Yes. Who wants to go first with their takeaway points or anything specific they want to share or ask? This is called analysis, I think, because it's just one word, uplifting, the world benefactor, and the qualities Baba named is very deep. And like Baba says, before first point, Baba said the definition is very easy, but also very deep. So how deep it is, that's wonderful. All the points Baba has, almost every point Baba has cleared how a benefactor should be, how they help others, how should work on your own self, because once you are full of virtues, only then you will be able to donate or give them through different means as well, through your mind, through your words, behavior, in all form, how to give, how to uplift. I think everything, all the points related to how to give are covered in this Murli, almost everything. That's wonderful. Yes, anyone want to share?
So it's not almost everything. I guess he's given us the whole process of what it means to be an uplifter. And he
Exactly.
begins, Baba mentions here that the first step that he mentions is you will be able to, or you would only look at virtues of others.
Mm.
First step is to bring that vibration and energy into space that either soul is looking at the other person as a soul and then look at the virtues of the other soul
Mm-hmm.
before I look at or before I look at the other steps that Baba has mentioned. The first step itself is so deep and powerful. Wear
Yes.
the lens of virtues and then look at the other souls. And as you rightly said, only when you have is when you'll be able to give others. So first to set ourselves in the seat of self-respect, look
Mm.
at the virtues of the soul, and that will enable us to look at the virtues of the other souls. That's the first step. It's the takeaway for me. Take option.
Thank you. Very true. For that, yes, the point you said, make yourself seated in the seat of self-respect, which means we also need to accept first our own self with all our good and not so good qualities, everything. Because once we accept ourselves first, only then will we see people as well into that positive way, and then only we'll be able to flow or we'll be able to give those virtues to others as well. Very true. Thank you. Yes. Who else? Baba also says the one who donates never sees the weaknesses, because the more we see or the more we think about others' weaknesses, gradually it become our own. Because that's how, because it's not about the person then anymore. It becomes our quality to look at others' weaknesses instead of, because everyone is Purusharthi soul, everyone is changing. And not just about beacons, but all souls, they're always changing. Something is happening inside, some analysis, some change in their personality. Everyone is changing every moment. So if we see them with the same, like sister just mentioned, same filters or same glasses, then we will never be able to, in fact, our such uh, thinking or such kind of uh, behavior makes their progress slow, because they are already changing, and if we don't see them through the new change, or just in general without our previous filters, what we have already set in our mind for them, if we don't stop that, then it makes their progress slow, because our thoughts affects them as well. So seeing at weakness is not at all allowed, specifically to weakness, so it's not at all allowed, because only then we can help others, only then we can give them positive energy if we don't see their weaknesses. Yes.
Om, Om Shanti, sister.
Om Shanti.
Really, when you know about the purpose of life, I remember when I always wanted to know what should be the core aim for me.
Mm.
What attracted me always was the purpose of life. Is my life just to be happy? And happiness is something which is only real when it is shared. So then I knew I have to be useful. When I want to bring about some difference in the lives of others, and when I just feel I have not just existed, but I've lived. I've made a difference. I've created footprints. There are so many things when you get a feeling, when you when you come to that shore of what you call it as upliftment. Before you come to upliftment, there should be a great catalysis or change in your mind? Do you want to make others feel like how you feel? Are you ready to give everything cheerfully? Do you at least have the thought that everyone needs a hand? Or do you think no, everyone can take care of themselves? Okay, don't look for a big kind of thing, a platform where from where I should give. There may be even small things. Even today, if suppose I go through, even a small act which I have done to just help somebody to cross a road or to even that is uplifting. So uplifting is not just giving power in the eyes of Baba, but it's something. But here, if Baba says he knows that he has given us children all the treasures. Why he has given? Because he couldn't go to all his children. So we are the people who have received from him. So we are responsible to really share those treasures with others. That is why one of the point which Baba says is, are you full? So for me to really uplift others, I have to check, have I really taken all the treasures from Baba? That's the thing. So that's the first thing. I have to first take the treasures. Then why have I taken? Like a deity, my hand should be down. Like I should be just keep giving. I take only to give. I take only to give. And I shouldn't think when I'm giving to uplift others, I'm losing. Somewhere in some other part, I'm also accumulating. But I like, even though, like even in yesterday, where Baba spoke about not to see weaknesses, how really to transform their weaknesses, make them realize that weak point, or that's like the last point which you read. I like that the way when a child is very stubborn with a toy and does not want to leave it. See, we come across such kind of souls who are not ready to leave their ideas, who are not ready to share anything with them, and who are very stubborn with their viewpoint. And that treatment which Baba is saying, how to give and receive, I think that's the best point over here. Everything else, I feel they were just steps to really like see good feelings, look at people, not at their weaknesses, wear a different spectacle and watch them. It was nice. But I think I would love to go through again the last paragraph, because that is uplifting. A person who's not ready to take a hand, who is very happy with his hand, who doesn't even want to take it, how do you really uplift him? That's a real challenge, I think. I would like to really dwell on that point. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Yes, brother.
Yeah, so Baba says, be a great donor, and then don't have any desire to receive anything, even a 1 paisa. So this, like others mentioned, this is the time that we give. If you look at the Kali Yuga, everybody wants to take in Kali Yuga, right? Nobody wants to give. So even people are so crave in such a way that they want to even snatch from others, that sort of an attitude. And if you check in Satyug, it's just the opposite, right? The deities, everybody wants to give, because why it happens is, I think it's because of the soul, right? In Satyug, we know the soul is in a full power form, so that's when soul don't want to take anything, everything wants to give. And here the soul is so weak, and therefore soul wants to take everything from others. Especially those who are weak, they always look from others to get something. So in that way, yes, everybody is beggar here, right? And Baba says, we children have to take all this from Baba and then start giving. And yes, we need so much power to give also. You see, Baba says, you have to give to people who are who defames you, insults you, right? So to give power and to give cooperation or to give, love, power, sweet words, or uh, giving them or talking with them or making them zeal, enthusiastic and all that, right? It requires so much of power. So we have to
Yes.
make ourselves powerful first. Only then we can give. So it's just like we are filling our basket full first and then giving,
We can
right?
share. Exactly.
Yeah, so giving is also receiving. That's what Baba says. No? Giving is also receiving. So take it from Baba and give it. So what is not there in this world? Love, power, sweetness, right? Cooperation, right? All that is not there in this world. So
Yes.
which means
Yes.
whatever soul's power, soul's quality, natural nature, you're not finding it in this Kali Yuga.
Yes.
So we, being Baba's children, we have that source, right? From where we can take all this, which are, not in this world, and shower it to the world. And those who are really craving for it, right? Calling for it, begging for it, right? Yeah.
Right.
Om
Yes,
Shanti.
that
Thank you.
Om Shanti. Thank you. That's very true. When you were saying this, when you said that in Satyug everyone is giver, so one thought I was just thinking that in the world where everyone is giver, because everyone is full, no one is there to get from them. Like if we consider from Dwapar Yug, like Baba said that your statues, your idols also give, the non-living idols also give from their eyes, from their vibrations into the temple where devotees come. So the world where everyone is full, there is no one need to get from anyone, and in exact opposite, everyone wants, but no one is there to give. From Dwapar to till Baba came down and till Baba gave us our true identity. Till that time, everyone was just asking. Everyone, absolutely everyone was beggar, but no one there to give them. And in that world, everyone is ready to give, but there is no one to take. So it's just wonderful thought that and it just strikes to me that how this is difference. But
Sister,
yes.
sister, I just wanted to add one thing. Now,
Mm-hmm,
you were telling that we have to be full.
mm-hmm,
So I was also thinking, see, if I have within me an intention that I want to really serve, if
mm-hmm,
I have within me an intention that I just want to help that person across that, but I have nothing. I have
mm-hmm,
that intention because I've seen so many people in this Lokik world. I remember a person who was in the army, major. He
mm-hmm,
put all his earnings over there and he takes care of these old uh, women who are being
mm-hmm,
thrown away by their children on the road. And I
mm-hmm.
read his account. He just, when he went across one day on his bike, he saw this. He said, I'm going to really do something for them. He had
Yes.
very little, but he started with that and then he gives. So, more than when you have that intention to give, when you have that intention to serve, then automatically, your coffers will become full. You needn't sit and wait, okay, let me accumulate something so that I can do automatically. So, the intention that, and secondly, for us, what you are taking, it's Baba who's giving. So when you have the intention that I am giving, I'm uplifting others because I have received from Shiv Baba, I think
Mm.
that itself will make me full. I need not wait to see that my bag is full. Then that
Exa-
last paragraph, as I told you, I just wanted to ask you something on that.
Yeah.
Uh, Become those who uplift even such souls who have no understanding.
Mm.
That's I think that's the height of all upliftment. Become those who uplift even such souls who have no understanding. So I was just trying to. So if we could throw some more light on the statement,
Yeah.
what does
Yeah.
Baba mean? It was a beautiful statement, and that's how I uplift others.
Yes, exactly. That particular statement is specifically for the BK family, because Baba has specifically mentioned over there. Since, wait a minute, where is that specific? Understanding or childish. The point where Baba mentioned brother or sisters from the family. Specifically, this is for BK family, because when we are into the field of seva, when we are in services, there, because see, everyone is Purusharthi soul, so everyone have their own good qualities, not so good. Everyone is working on that. Like everyone is changing at every moment, but the thing is, still we still have some kind of sanskars inside, because they're from 63 births. So sometimes they just, pop out, and it feels that I have done so much seva, I have done this thing, I have helped here. So I want that name, that fame, because Baba so many times says that in BKs also we have that kind of thought process, that we need, I want that my name should be taken on stage because I have done this thing. And this happens. We see this every time when we are in seva, in centers, or in big programs, we see this. So what Baba is saying, just like a child who is not understanding that he's playing with something dangerous thing, but to take it from him, we need to give him something more uh, attractive, or something for temporary basis, so that he can live that particular thing that is having in that he's right now playing with, which might be dangerous. The reason Baba gives this example is the souls who want respect, name, or fame for anything they have done into service. Baba wants us to give that name to them for temporary basis, because if we don't, it is possible, because of their old sanskars, they might stop, because they are not in understanding stage at that moment. They are not understanding that what I'm asking, what I'm expecting, that name is a temporary. Because if I'm, in other words, when Baba says in some other murlis, if you do here and you get the fruit, the result here itself, you will not accumulate for your future, for Satyug. So they are not understanding this point sometimes. That is why they need that temporary name and fame in service field, when we are in our service field. So Baba says those who give that name to them for temporary basis, they are the uplifters for such souls as well, because in that sense you are holding them, you're not allowing them, or you're not making them leave from Baba, to go away from Baba, but you're holding them, and you're saving, you're securing their future, because now maybe they are in that not understanding stage, but gradually they will understand that this is not what Baba wants us to do. Baba wants us to do things without any expectations. So we do here and we get into future in a very large scale in Satyug. They'll understand it gradually, but at that moment, if you don't give them that respect, they might leave, or they might just go away from Baba, and their entire future will be destroyed. So that's how uplifting with temporary attainments as well. I understand this point in such way, in this way. If anything else is related to this, or if anything else anyone want to add, please share. Because I feel this is specifically for BK family, brothers and sisters who have such sanskars. And of course, everyone have, we all are working on ourselves. But yes, if anyone have any additional thing with this, please share.
Om Shanti.
Yes, brother.
Today in the Murli, Baba's view is of Behad, and what generally we think that we think of transformation, we think of serving, but we consider ourselves that I am the donor. The thing is that donor that Baba means to say in this Sangam Yoga is that we have to be always aware that Baba is the giver. I'm not the giver.
Yes.
I'm just a distributor. Another is that when Baba talks about world benefactor, Baba says that just be in Sangha with me. Just remember Baba, considering ourselves as a soul. That means we have to become soul conscious, and as we become soul conscious, we are connected with Baba. And in that process, Sankaran, we get that Baba is always detached from body and the bodily relation. So we will also become detached with the body and bodily relation and connected with Baba. That is the Farishta stage. And in that process with Sankaran, upliftment will take place automatically. See, what we feel
Exactly.
that I am doing the transformation. I cannot do any transformation. I am just the tool of Baba. We have to be the right tool, the perfect tool, that Purusharth which we have to do. I cannot be the donor. I cannot transform anything.
Mhm.
But if I can be the tool, the perfect tool, I become the useful tool. I become useful for Baba. And I become useful to Baba when I use all the jnana, all the purusharth as Baba wants. I become useful. And when I become useful, Baba uses me. And when Baba uses me, in that process, my transformation takes place. And with me, mere saath auron ka bhi bhala, the world transformation also takes place. And that's what I understood. And another thing I wanted to add, that as we become soul conscious, that becomes itself becomes the filter that
Mm.
will keep away from Ravana, that is negativity. Om Shanti.
Exactly. Om Shanti. Very nicely mentioned that point. Thank you, brother.
Yogita Ben, you have no time. Otherwise, really, I could goad you to go there. As you were
Mhm.
talking, I was just thinking like a mother, when a child has a knife in hand, she wants to take back that knife. What does she do? She gives the child the candy. The child throws the knife and takes the candy. See,
Mhm.
so we are not talking about candies and knives here, but what understanding the mother has of the child and what
Yes.
belief system the child has on the mother. That is also
Mm.
needed. So I think there's much more really we can share on this. And I feel, you said, BK, I feel understanding is for the whole world, is for
Mm.
everyone. No, they don't know the Baba, they don't know everything. They think Krishna is a temporary attainment and all. So I feel it's for the, anyhow, I know we have no time. There's a lot really one could discuss on this. Om Shanti.
Mhm. Om Shanti. And the last point that I really want to mention from my side, all these uplifting points, the definitions, the qualities of the uplifter, the first sentence Baba said, to be constantly brahmachari, not just celibate, brahmachari, but the first word that Baba used for uplifting others is brahmachari. Like Brahma Baba always giving from through his thoughts, words. At any point, you just stand in front of in front of him, and you get everything. Whether it is physical, materialistic things, or it is subtle, the qualities, the thoughts, the energy, everything. So the entire uplifting others part, Baba first mentioned as brahmachari. So that is very important. That's what our target, to become brahmachari. Brahmachari is the very basic stage of purity, but after that, brahmachari is the little upper stage of all these things. So let's stop here and we'll have 2 minutes of silence. We'll sit in meditation and we'll see how we can uplift others. We can create our own planning for the day in the meditation. So thank you very much for your time and thank you for giving me this opportunity. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Gita Ben. Thank you, Divine Family. Have a wonderful day, and we meet tomorrow morning at 5 a.m.
Thank you. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.